Hey everyone, this is Mur at Mini Journeys. My username online is also Darq Hunter, and for this video we're going to go over a bunch of the purchases, trades, and gifts that I got at 2026. I got an advanced badge, so I did get a swag bag, and I did make a video where I went over all of that, what I originally got in the video, and maybe some of my hopes that I was hoping to get. But luckily, there's an Adepticon trades group, and I got some of the stuff I actually wanted, which was really great. And there's a few things that I didn't get that weren't in the swag bag that I ended up getting later from pickup. So we're just going to go through everything, and if it was gifted, I'll let you know. If it was purchased as well, I'll let you know. But first off, what I'm going to do is go over the Pro Acryl First Rust. This was actually supposed to be in the swag bags, but you had to go by the Monument Hobbies booth to pick up your bottle. I'm pretty excited to check out some different type of speed paint and see how theirs works in comparison to a lot of other things. Next up, just going over here, just grabbing stuff as I go. These I purchased with my registration at Adepticon back in the summer. I love the Adepticon dice. I'm a sucker for dice, and these are beautiful colors. I've gotten the ones from previous years. There are a lot of orange, a lot of rust, a lot of silvers. These, it's like a dance party right here, which is awesome. A gift that I was given at the creator meetup. This was actually a nice little bracelet that was made by Stephanie at Born Minis, and wore it the whole weekend. Another one is a gift given to me by Jamie Daggers for her game Lictor. These were handmade by Soggy Bogwitch, and I'll definitely be putting it on my gaming battle jacket. If you saw me at Adepticon, you'll see that was definitely a work in progress, and next year we'll have so many more. I stopped by the Magnet Baron. I've been magnetizing my bases because I have a table war case, so I really do love being able to just pop them on and go. And so with that, I got magnetizers just so I can make sure that I'm putting everything on the correct way. I grabbed some super glue from them as well. I was running low and I was tired of using the little tiny squeezy tubes, and give me a little koozie. Fun little piece of extra gifted swag. This one, another thing of dice here. Ultra Pro was actually doing a thing on a few days where if you came over to their booth, rolled a die, they would give you dice. I got incredibly lucky and was able to get 6 both times. So I do have a full polyhedral set plus 5 d6s, and the coin here is a little freebie if you bought Lictor, which I will be going over in just a moment. This was from Black Site Studios. One thing that I got from one of my hotel roommates was the little More Than Dice hosts in a trench coat. And I got 2 of the other colors as well. This one is the clear one that you can get from Gonzo. And then I got a purple one that you could get from Mizzy. I was unable to locate the red one from Nestor before he passed those out. So, almost a full collection. This is actually, I love Blood Bowl. So this is the special Green Bay Slacker Orc for this year. They previously at the Stupor Bowl, they had, you would get a figure that was the star player. It was all based off of the 1980 Chicago Bears team, the one that won the Super Bowl. They all have fun Blood Bowl, gross names. And so this year they started doing Green Bay. which I think is pretty appropriate since Adepticon is now in Wisconsin, and they've already gone through all the players on the Bears or the Scares. So it's really fun to see humans and the Orcs team. He even has like a little thing of cheese right here on the side. I don't know if it's, yeah, there you go. Real fun. I want one with a cheese head on top. I have a gaming battle jacket, so I did have to pick up an Adepticon patch. These were fairly cheap. I believe it was like 2 for $5. I got one with Olivia, so hopefully she can rep that one with me as well. And speaking of patches, I was finally able to do the Battletech pods down on the first floor this year. It's usually such a huge wait, but I was able to do that with one of my friends, and he bought me a Mad Cat 2 patch to commemorate the mech that I was in, so I'll be putting that one on the jacket as well. These are really nicely stitched. They had a whole bunch of different ones. They had Thor, Loki, Mad Cat 2. I can't remember all the other ones. They had about 10 or 12 different patches, and I think he got the Thor, if I can remember correctly. At the end of the con, as everyone was packing up, Dwarven Forge was giving out little pieces of terrain. They were also giving them out throughout the weekend as well. You know, if you were talking to them, sign up for their list. So this one, we got some mushrooms here. A rock with a bunch of gems. So, little stump here, already pre-painted. Just came with this little top piece. Just goes right on top, and it's also got a magnet. I have a lot of friends who are painters, and some of them have been really trying to push me to do more, and I love that for it. Everyone is incredibly thoughtful and really wants everybody to just do better. So I've tried bust painting in the past. I've been kind of discouraged by it, but now that I have a lot of other people who are excited about it and will be helpful, I picked up a Black Crow Thorgul bust. I was kind of drawn to this. I love orcs. If you see me on my regular username on Discord, you'll see that I have a user profile picture as an orc. This is also the original art that this is based off of is by Max Dunbar, and I really enjoy his work. This was bought at the Verco's Vault booth, so I'm really excited. Maybe one day I'll actually get to go. But they were really helpful in helping me figure out which bust I wanted to start with. There was another one that I was interested in, but it was about $30 more expensive, and I told them that I was fairly new at painting busts. I'd only painted one before, and I gave up on it. I was really discouraged. And so they pointed out a few other ones to me, and I've even been told, like, oh, these are really great busts. So I'm excited to do that one. Give it a try. Why not? Another something that I got for free, Catan was there. They actually had a qualifier. So this is a little card game version of Catan. So just a nice little pocket version you can take with you to travel. Go on to some zines here. I accidentally hid away one of them in my swag bag earlier, so you may have seen one of them before if you watched that video prior. But first up is my first purchase of Adepticon at all. This was Snack 28. This is done by Sugar Candy Miniatures. Fiverr is their name as well, and it's super cool. Cannibalistic candy. You're trying to make your way to the top of the pantry. There's rules in here. You can also buy some miniatures for it, but it's really a nice DIY, do whatever you want kind of game, and I'm really enjoying that type of stuff. Got Either Orc. This was given to me by Fail Not, and it is a game of unionizing goblins. Just a little pamphlet. It's very fun. Yell at each other about trying to get benefits and unionizing. This is done by Mod Bogbody Miniatures. This is a 3 Rat Monty. I have not gotten to take a little look at this, but I'm excited too because they make Rat King, and Rat King is really cool game, and I love Ratman Skaven. My friend Will actually found this and grabbed a few copies and made sure that I got one. I am really excited to take a quick look at it. It is definitely the old school style of zine, and I love this thing. Another one is Lictor. This is Jamie Daggers' first published game, and it goes along with the patch that I got earlier. Gotta sign that forehead right there. This one is a skirmish game about necromancy. There's no dice, there's no HP, you use playing cards. So I'm excited to try this out. It's very different. They did sell out. There's pre-orders, so just kind of throwing that out there to get more people interested in her game. This is Blaster Volume 8. This one was given to me, and I'm definitely going to plan to play it through, check it out. This one is about the Dark Ages of Anwen, which I'm probably saying it completely wrong. It was actually given to me by Greg, the editor-in-chief right here of Electi Studios. This one was a gift, and I'm very excited to give it a try. I love using a lot of the miniatures I already have, especially for games that maybe I'm not really finding a lot of people to play, but I still love the miniatures, or just even giving miniatures another second life. Unfortunately, this one is a little hard for me to unwrap here. Gray Matter Gaming has been at Adepticon for quite a while. I've always really liked their stuff, but I've never needed another mat. But this year, they finally came out with a Blood Bowl one. This one's double-sided. Let's see if we can get a picture here. We got AstroTurf style and a green one right there. I got to play with the one that they had out for display. It's really nice, double-sided. It has the stitching on it to keep it nice and together. And despite it being this massive, it weighs less than those cardboard pitches that Games Workshop puts out. So it's nice to have something that's a little bit lighter in my suitcase. So that's nice to have. I did not go over my badge earlier at the con. Since I had an advanced badge, I did get one of these, the newest Adepticon pin. Tectonic Craft Studios made my special badge right here. I always get one from them if I'm going to a con with my regular username. And then we got a few different ones. House of Daggers from Jamie. Here's a Trench Crusade, Lindworm Traveler for Warcrow, and of course, god damn it, Donut for Renegade. Beyond having some miniatures games as well, they were also talking up a few of their RPGs. And Atomic Mass was doing the lanyards again this year, so we have on one side Atomic Mass Games. Now on the other side is a very like a graffiti style with their logo. Pretty nice thick lanyard. You can even pull this apart just so it doesn't get in the way of your games, etc. So, saw that I had Lindworm Traveler. I did finally pick up Warcrow. I've been looking at Warcrow since I did a demo of it 2 years ago when it first was announced, and I've been waiting for Mount Haven. Mount Haven finally came out. I have a lot of friends who play Warcrow, and so let's finally do it, right? I bought these at the Corvus Belli / Arsenal booth, so we had to get the special Mount Haven measuring tool. You don't need a fancy one, but I wanted to have dwarves on it. This is the exclusive edition miniature. Shows the War Augur. See back there. We got the Hearth Guards. So this was all a bundle that you could get, and it would just save you a little bit of money from doing so. Take a moment to just stop and show the little Warsenal token that they also gave me. The action pack, very important. Comes with all these figures. And it doesn't come with all the tokens. I did buy a scenery pack because the nice thing about the scenery packs is a really easy way to get rulers, tokens, turn counter, buildings, walls, a paper gaming mat. Just really helpful to be able to get to start playing. I would love to get the acrylic pieces. I think that Warsenal makes some really great stuff that really elevates the games, and they have for years. I think I'm going to get this and then move on up to something a little different. I bought the Frost dice set. They did not have regular dice because they do come in the Winds of the North, so I grabbed the Frost dice set so that I could have some dice to actually play. So Trench Crusade I traded for. I traded the Adepta Sororitas box for 2 Trench Crusade warbands. I know that monetarily it doesn't make any sense. The Adepta Sororitas box is 170, Trench Crusade warbands are 50 each. But to me, this makes better sense. I don't need any more Warhammer 40k. I already have 2 armies. I don't need any more. This, however, is great. I've been wanting to play, I've played Trench Crusade and I absolutely love it. So I got 2, and those 2 are the Trench Pilgrim Warband and Court of the Seven-Headed Serpent. I went with these ones because these are the ones that the person had. I've only played Heretic Legion, and I really do like Heretic Legion, but I'm just going to pick, some ones I got for a trade. That feels great. I'll get started, give them a try, and see if I want to continue playing these or if I go with something else. I have a really big Trench Crusade group in my area, so I know that I'll be able to just hit the ground running almost immediately. Now, in my swag bag video, I talked more about hey, I wanted Malediction, and I was able to get it. So, where I was able to trade the Star Wars Legions, Han Solo, and Luke on Tauntauns. Nothing wrong with Star Wars. I'm a bit Star Wars out. I don't play Star Wars Legion. They're great models, but I wanted Malediction. So, thank you for doing the trade with me. I was able to get the Conclave of the Spears box. Malediction and Loot Studios is starting to come out with 2-player starters. So, to make sure that I didn't have to buy anything extra or what have you, I ended up buying the Legion of the Fallen box because these 2 make their new starter. So the new starters are 2 players, whereas these were the starters that came out last year. So the ones last year were single factions. Now they're doing 2 players. So these 2 come together in one box. And then I said, you know what? I'll just go ahead and get them all. So I got the other 2-player starter set. So this is actually what the new packaging looks like. So it's kind of nice to be able to compare what the Adepticon 2025 packaging was versus the Adepticon 2026 and forward art boxes look like. Now, you may not know, but Malediction does not come with miniatures. You have to 3D print them, but it does come with all the STLs to be able to do so. I'll probably be using the standees for a moment until I can find somebody who can print things for me. But until then, the game is fully playable, and I played a demo and just had a really great time with it. And then the last item I got, of course I can't find the coin that it comes with, so this is the Baron of Dice measuring tape. This is the Baron of Dice measuring tape, and it does normally come with a Baron of Dice coin that goes in here. These can actually be taken out and switched. They have tons of factions, either ones that are somewhere that are legally distinct or they are officially licensed. Has a nice little piece on the bottom here. I had to get an Adepticon one. I love a con branding, and it's pretty nice tape measure. Comes out right here. It feels very smooth and just pops right back in. If you use Games Workshop style ones, this is going to feel very similar, except a little hardier. The one that I've had for Games Workshop has been the one that I've had for a long time, and it was definitely time to get replaced. I think that is everything. Most of it were things that I purchased or were gifted, and I've said which ones are which. And I have a whole bunch of other videos, walkthroughs of Adepticon, different floors, and I even earlier I did one with just the Warhammer section. If you want to check out that, that's already on my channel. It shows even some of the display boards that some people made and they dressed up for it, and they're lovely. They're uncut, so you get to actually hear everything that's going on in the convention hall. So maybe a little bit of ambient noise too. That is the items that I got from Adepticon, whether they were purchased, traded, or given to me as a gift. And I think I did fairly well. There's definitely some stuff that I passed up that I was really excited about, but decided, hey, let's hold off, or wanted to see how things shake out, or maybe I came by it and it was already sold out, which is a great thing for some of these vendors. Having your things sell out, you always want more, but you know that people like your stuff if it's sold out. Some of the notables that I was possibly interested in were StarCraft. Had a huge line. They had a little bit amount on Wednesday that they sold out of, and then it was in the dealer hall on Thursday, and they sold out of a lot of the two-player starters. I know there were still bundles at one point of it on my walkthrough when I did that. And there was a few other things, but I wanted to kind of see maybe how I like bust painting before I buy any more. There were some other really great ones out there, especially the ones from Black Crow that I really liked, or Hera. I held off on buying more paint. I want to see where some paint lines end up going and maybe check out this first step and see if I actually want to do any speed painting. If you like this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe, because I'm hoping to have more videos about conventions or going to conventions that are miniatures themed, or even the miniatures happenings at other gaming conventions, and more interviews now that Adepticon is over. So I'd really like it if you would like and subscribe to Mini Journeys, and hopefully we'll have more videos up soon from Adepticon and more interviews from people about their own personal mini journey. And thank you, and goodbye.